Hello, Toastmasters and guests. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you. 1991, 1990, I finished my engineering at RVC Bangalore. At the same time, I started in 1986. At the same year, around the same time, the batch which started in 1985 also finished. So we had two batches. Whenever any company came for a campus interview, we had two batches going for the interview. That was a huge disadvantage, I thought. And then one day, Myco, how many of you know about Myco? Myco, Bosch and Infosys came for campus interviews on the same day. Now, at the time, Infosys absolutely new. I asked few people, which is this Infosys? I have not heard about this. Nobody knew Infosys. Myco, yeah, everybody knows. Famous name in mechanical engineering. So I went for this Myco interview. There was this question paper, you had to solve the question paper. 6 guys, there are 25 to 26 people who attended there. 6 guys passed the written test. I was the only one from my batch. And there were 5 guys from the senior batch. And so we have this group discussion. And there's this moderator, and he throws up this question for the group discussion. It was around the same time that liberalization started in India. A lot of MNCs walking into India. And the question was, why should we piggyback on MNCs for our growth? Something like that. I had absolutely no idea what it was. But it was not just the fact that I didn't know about it. I couldn't talk in front of 6 people. That was my bigger worry. Somehow I could have picked up points from all the other guys, but I couldn't talk. At the end of it, the moderator realized that I wasn't talking much. I wasn't talking at all. And so at the end of it, he said, Santosh, why don't you summarize what has been going on? Until that point, I was blank. At that point, I blanked out. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't do this. And I had to walk out. The greatest mistake you can make in life is to be continuously afraid you'll be making up. 2 years back, I walked into Toastmasters. Still about the same. I had made technical presentations easy, but not talking in front of public. These 2 years have transformed my life. From a desk job, sitting behind a desk and doing a design job, like you mentioned, now I'm a face of the company, doing marketing. Now, all this transformation has happened because of Toastmasters. Believe it or not. It's an absolute true story, and I owe my life to Toastmasters International. This is an organization which started in 1924 for the benefit of the guests by a person named Dr. Ralph C. Smedley. He started this organization in a basement in YMCA in California, Santa Ana, California. And that movement has grown to more than 160 countries with more than 2.5 lakh members and more than 10,000 odd clubs. It's wonderful to be a part of this organization. Not only as a speaker, as a leader, it teaches you so many things to grow in life. A typical Toastmaster meeting for the benefit of the guests, it consists of 3 parts. There is a prepared speech session where speakers will prepare speeches from manuals which are provided by Toastmasters International. So based on the guidelines provided in the manuals, you will prepare your speech and come and deliver. Then there is a table topic session, which is an impromptu speaking session. You will have to speak on your feet. The topic is thrown at you. You will have to speak for a minute or 2 minutes at the most. And then the final session is a evaluation session. The prepared speeches based on the guidelines are evaluated by an evaluator, and he comes forward and gives the evaluation for the speech. We have with us today as general evaluator, somebody who will evaluate the entire session, not just the speeches, entire session. As general evaluator today we have Mr. T.K. Ramesh. Please put your hands together.
Thank you, Toastmaster. As a general evaluator, my role will be to evaluate the meeting in a more holistic manner and give my feedback when I'm called to do so by the MC at the end of the session. To assist me in this role, I have 4 people. I have grammarian in Priyadarshi, and explain the role and explain the theme and what they do.
Good evening, Toastmaster. I am assuming the role of a grammarian today. My role involves the monitoring the right usage of English language. The word of the day is encapsulate, enclosing, express, concentrate. Anna Hazare movement encapsulated the aspiration of the middle class citizen of India.
Thank you, sir. I have a role of timer played by Prashant.
Good evening, Toastmasters. I am playing the role of a timer, and for the prepared speeches, 5 to 7 minutes time will be given. I'll show green card at the end of 5th minute, amber card at the end of 6th minute, and red card at the end of 7th minute, and hold it for 30 seconds so that speaker knows that's the end of his time. I also note down when the meeting starts, and I also note down the time taken by all the speakers who speaks on the speech.
I have one wonderful Toastmaster performing the role of listener. Srinivas Raj, will you explain your role, please?
Good evening, Toastmasters. My role as a listener. I will be noting down on some important points during speech. After that, I ask those that knows the answer. Raise your hand. I think I selected one of them, and those that are giving the correct answer, finally they got it.
I have our counter. Yeah.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. My role as the R counter is to note how many hours or short pauses or long pauses that a speaker makes while he is at the lectern.
Thank you.
I thought I'll keep Mr. T.K. Ramesh's introduction for later. He is a wonderful Toastmaster. You have not seen any like him, and it's a privilege to be around this man. He is a HR manager at Integra Micro. About awards he's won. He won the Humorous Speaker Award at the district level, that is whole of India and Sri Lanka put together. He won it at Mumbai last year. As a leader, he ran the Ovation 2011, the conference which happened in Infosys campus Mysore last year, this year, in June. Okay? May. Yeah. What a wonderful event it was. A lot of credit must go to this wonderful man. I worked with him as part of the committee, and it was a pleasure to be working with him. The minutest way in which he plans things was an absolute treat. I learned a lot from him. So let's give him another hand. Let's move on to our prepared speech session, the first session. We have a speaker. Frankly, I don't know too much about him. I don't even know his name right now. But I will let him do his introduction before he gives his speech. Please put your hand together for the guest speaker from IBM Club.